What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block for March 6th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
Happy birthday, Switch! Yay!
And joining us, once again, our wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
What's up, guys?
Yeah! Normal. That's a normal hello, Ed.
What?
I'm just
It's
kidding.
That's normal for Ed, though. It's normal for Ed.
I just like to give Ed a hard time for his hellos. It's funny every time.
I'm just excited to podcast and talk about Nintendo.
Ed, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'll be honest, I was trying to think of something goofy to say, too, but nothing came to mind.
Oh, man. Guys, we did it. The Switch is 1 year old, and everybody still loves it. Yes!
Yay!
It's got a lot to look forward to this month already.
Oh, goodness. Shoot, not this month. Just think about May. That month is getting packed like crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I like this month for me, I want to get Lightfall for it.
Kirby demo out, by the way.
Oh, is it?
In case you didn't know. The Kirby demo's out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Yeah, me
Sorry,
too.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jesse.
Well, and then doesn't Kirby come out this month?
Yeah, it comes out next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, so I want to get that. And I think there's something else big coming out this month that I want to get.
Well,
for that.
good thing I have Game Informers. Oh, I don't have it on this. Hold on.
Yeah,
I think they
updated it.
Yeah, no, I have it bookmarked on my laptop because I like to check.
Yeah, but that Lightfall though looks so amazing.
Sea of Thieves is coming out, but not for Switch, but that's the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought there was something else.
But that's that following Tuesday.
For
right?
Switch, Scribblenauts, Fear Effect, Kirby, Attack on Titan 2, Detective Pikachu for 3DS, Atelier, Lydian Sewell, and that's it for March for Switch.
Oh.
There's probably a lot of indie games that aren't listed here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of I've been
go ahead,
seeing a lot of indie games of mostly, but what I've been looking at lately, like, you know, every time we get like 20 or 15 new games added to the eShop, there's at least like one or two games that I'm really interested in that are indie games. So
yeah, and like, so I started a new job this past week, and usually like when I get home, I had a routine, and I would be like, I'd be looking up all the Switch stuff and making sure everything was right and everything. I have not been up to date. I hadn't even turned on my Switch in like a week, and so I turned it on. I go into the eShop because I wanted to download the Kirby demo. There's like 40 new games out since I turned the Switch on last. I'm like, what are all these things? What is this? What is some of this? What is this? Ugh. And then I looked at the coming soon, and it's, you know how the coming soon section usually only has like maybe 10 games, 12 games, depending on what they are.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 25 games in that list now. I'm like, all
some of them
download the Kirby demo.
Because some of them were just like people were waiting for the release date for a lot of them. It did like, okay, it's coming out this day on March, and it's just like, wait, you just did what?
Right. So
yeah.
There's so much coming out, dude. There is so much coming out. I've had to delete stuff off my list to make sure like I can get. I've had to prioritize my list, and I have like the definites, the most likelies, the maybes, and then there's ones that I just had to straight up go straight out, just cross out. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's too much. There's too much. Plus, like the stuff I'll get into it in a second, but like the stuff we've been doing with our most recent Let's Play shows that we started. By the way, season 1 of Squad Goals is now up, or the first episode of season 1, and season 2 of Pod and Play started. So excited!
Yes.
You know, we're playing a whole bunch of stuff surrounding Sea of Thieves soon, and it's just like, it's too much. So, before we get into what we've been playing, I want to do a little housekeeping. Like I said, we have 2 Let's Play shows that all 3 of us are doing. A combination of us 3 are doing. Pod and Play. Our first episode is up. Tomb Raider. Very good episode.
Yay!
I'm very proud of the episode. I watched it today. Pod and Play is going up on Saturdays. I know we said we didn't know when it was going to go up, but it's going to go up on Saturdays at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So, kind of want it to have like a Saturday morning cartoon kind of feel, where like you get up to watch a Let's Play of us just talking about stuff. So, Saturday mornings at 8. Squad Goals Monday mornings at 8 a.m. So, those are there. And then there's going to be a retro game thing on Thursdays. So, don't know when that's going to start yet, but it's planned. So, Season 1, Squad Goals, Mondays at 8. Pod and Play, Saturdays at 8. Yeah.
Yes. And we have a lot of great games and discussions for Pod and Play. The Squad Goals. Oh goodness! If you guys want a great laugh, wait till you guys see the debut.
Yeah, so we did. Jesse and I recorded 2 Squad Goals without Ed, and then we recorded the Halo 4 Let's Play with Ed. So Jesse taught me. Was trying to teach me how to play Rainbow Six, and the first episode is just me doing very bad at Rainbow Six. The second episode is going to be an hour and a half of Halo 4, the Halo 4 campaign. We are going to play through the whole campaign of Halo 4, so like it'll probably be staggered every other week. And then the third episode is going up in 2 weeks-ish. Jesse and I did Terrace Hunt for Rainbow Six, so that was fun. That last round where we had to take out all the guys was so much fun. I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna die. I don't want to leave Jesse. I'm gonna die. I've died too much tonight.
that one would be a really fun gameplay thing to do with Ed and stuff, and other people who that aren't used to the game. Yeah. Because we as you guys will see, we kind of worked at our own pace and just talked things out before we moved and just kind of had fun with it. So it's just so much easier to have fun in that game type.
Yeah.
Yay!
At the rate we're recording Squad Goals, it might go up twice a week. I'm not 100% sure yet. Especially with like the Sea of Thieves stuff that we're going to start doing. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited. I love Ed. You need to play Terrace Hunt with us next week or Saturday.
Let's see what the situation turns out to be. Just say that.
All right, I guess we can get into what we've been playing. We'll start with Jesse since he never really gets to talk Nintendo with us. So Ed.
Let's see. I've been playing mostly. I've been playing Gulf Story, and I've been playing Rayman Legends on my Switch, and playing the game of looking at games and wishing I had money to buy some more for Switch, but that'll come in time. It's my birthday month, and I got other things that I could possibly have money for later. So I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I did end up picking up a Dreamcast and getting NFL 2K1 and played that a little bit.
Nice.
So
nice.
And then we played obviously we played some Halo 4 and some Siege, and I played a little let's see. What else did I play? There's a whole bunch of things.
The Halo 4 Squad Goals we did. It's so funny. It might be the best video we've ever done.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like when you're in a game like that where you kind of there's like a certain point that you go past and it kind of activates things. There's that in between point where you can just goof off and be, we can just talk and be funny about things, and it's like the perfect campaign style game to play and have fun with while still doing what you need to do. So.
Yeah.
I'm looking for more of that.
Plus, when you're not paying attention and your squad mates love to add excitement to the formula.
Yeah, maybe
I'm gonna
like
leave it just at that. You guys gonna really have to watch it. I think when we got finished, I literally, when I got done talking to you guys, I literally was just laughing about it for a good 5 minutes at myself, just cracking up. I was just like, that was so amazing.
There are some pretty good comedic moments. I'm really excited for this.
So yeah, I think there's some other stuff I was playing. I can't really think of right now, but it's been kind of a busy week for me and just doing a lot of other things. So
yeah,
stresses of life.
I agree with you 100%. It has been a busy week. Last night was the first time, or Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, it was like this weekend. I finally got to play some games. But Ed, what have you been playing?
So I finally beat Doom for Xbox One. As good as that game is, even on Switch, these battles are too long of a game. And because you're hopping around shooting a lot, you kind of wish that the Titanfall wall run was in it, because as an arena-based kind of style game, you really need to be able to focus on your camera, and the wall runner would have helped that, because enemies could just hit you out of nowhere and kill you while you're trying to focus on one enemy. And sometimes, because there's still some bugs in it, you could get stuck in the environment, or fall through part of the floor and get stuck, and they could just end up killing you. But yeah, I spent about 3 weeks trying to beat this game, but I fully beat it. So happy about that, and now I gotta plan on what my next game is gonna be. Bayonetta 2, getting closer to the end of that game. Cannot wait till I get my whip. Just love that weapon, and I gotta try to get the chainsaws. But I'm looking forward to Bayonetta 3 after playing Bayonetta 2. I'll go back to 1 when I finish 2, but I really am excited for 3 when I get a chance. Played a little bit more a graceful explosion machine on Switch. Just trying to change some of my C's into B's before I try to hit on the A. For PS4, played Iconoclast. And I think I'm trying to 100% it this time. Even though I did beat it, I'm trying to see if I could get everything for that game and find all the secrets. I moved on to Next Machina. I finally picked that up, and I love its aesthetic. I love all the the way that it looks. Like it is acid bullet hell gameplay, because on how neon bright it is, it's just like, ooh, this is just too much. But really enjoyed that game. I think the only thing I have a problem with it is like saving the people. I really wish it was just pure action, like it was just pure shooting where you don't have to save anybody, because when you save people, they can sometimes give you a little bit of power ups, or they'll get you points and stuff. But I was having a blast with it. I really did enjoy it. Got it like for $6, so I got a really, got a good deal of it on the cheap. Picked up Alan Wake for 360. It's backwards compatible on Xbox One, so I'm really happy to play that. And definitely when we get back to Pod and play a little bit more of Metro 2033. Be working a little bit more on that game, and really looking forward to DMC Devil May Cry. I picked it up for PS4 because I kind of just want to have it in case if anything happens to my Xbox One copy. And plus, it was like only $16, so it was like really cheap. So I picked it up on there. Other than that, I'm just getting ready for March for the coloring games. Trying to get going to be getting those blocks and stuff together, and going to be getting some of those games together to play with. And hopefully by the time this comes out, I'll be ready to have my Sea of Thieves ready to go because I ordered my cup today, and now I just gotta find a pirate hat. But I actually need a captain hat because I have to be the captain of the ship. Whatever we name it, it's gonna probably be some funny mess. And yes, like our wise Wisconsinite said and Bossman said, if our ship go down, the captain has to go down with it. So as captain, I will go down with our ship if we do horrible in that game. So that's what I've been up to, and that's what I've been playing. Cannot wait for future games to be talking about later on. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. And like Corey, you talked about doing possibly an episode on the ship while we're playing and stuff, and like out in the open sea. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I was saying we could lock one of us.
I think that first week that game's out, we need to do the podcast from the ship like that. Just play and it'll be basically like a pod and play, but just an Xbox show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
and whatever
gotta go
happens.
Yep.
I got to go to, when I go to Wisconsin, I think Friday, I'm going to go get the my drink and get it ready for the game. Get my cider boys.
When does it come out? The 23rd? Is that what we...
The 23rd? Yeah.
Is it? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was the 20th or the 20th. Yeah. I didn't realize it was literally a day before my birthday, so that's cool.
Yeah, because normally it comes out on the Tuesday, so I'll probably be at a different store to buy that game. I'm like I said, I'm buying it to have my physical copy. I know, Jesse, you got Game Pass, so you'll be good to go. I don't know what you're doing, Corey, if you're buying the game or doing Game Pass, but I'm definitely buying my physical copy.
I know this is a Nintendo show, but speaking of, did you see that picture I took of what's in the recently added Game Pass?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Well, and, that and the Super Lucky's Tale and all the second Resident Evil, what is it called? The
Revelations.
Revelations, and all the episodes were added to it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Well, yeah, I think
I feel really bad because like all the games I asked for like my birthday and Christmas last year have been either free or added to Game Pass, like free on PlayStation Plus or Games with Gold and Game Pass. It's like Rhyme, Batman, Telltale series, Resident Evil Revelations. There's
just funny.
Other ones too.
Yeah,
like, oh, come on.
Because the Batman Telltale one, the first season was on PlayStation for free for PlayStation Plus. And I'm like, I'll download it. This way I could be able to add, because I got all the achievements on Xbox. So this one I kind of want to do like a evil version of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and that's why what's nice about like me having Switch and Xbox is like now basically any games that I want to get like that, if it's for Switch, I just get it for that, because then that way it's not a big deal, because if it comes out free on Xbox, well then I've got it in both places. I can bring it and play it on the go. And and then that's why I just don't really buy it right now with Game Pass. I don't really need to buy anything for my Xbox, so it's kind of nice. A lot of stuff is there for me to play if I want without spending money. So,
yeah.
Yes. which I actually kind of yelled at SNK. Because they released one of their games, but they only released part 2, and I want part 3, so I could buy it on Switch. I was just like, you're supposed to release. I love part 3, Sengoru.
Well, and they might just be holding off on it for a later time.
Probably
maybe
so.
Release it later, because they don't want to just get everything out there right away. Maybe. They want to leave something for later for people to be interested in. So,
yeah, I know. Well, that'd be like my first kind of arcade game from them, and I probably would go back and but because like Spin Masters, I still want to buy from the ACA. I think is it Hamster? I think ACA Hamster or something. The arcade thing. I do want to buy that.
Yeah, I believe it's Hamster. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to buy that, but Sengoku Part 3, I played that like so much in the arcade, and I never got a chance to beat it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, boss. What you been playing?
I mean, like I said, this past the first time I actually got to sit down and really play games was Friday, and even then, when we were playing Metro, I was like trying to stay awake the whole time, and then you left, and while you left, like my whole system just crashed, and I was like, come on, dude. And I spent like 20 minutes trying to fix it, and I was just like, screw it, I'm going to bed.
All I heard was, I'm sorry, I passed out, laid on the floor. I was just like, yes. Yeah, well, I know.
I was resetting everything, and like while I was on the floor underneath my computer, I just kind of like passed out. I was like waiting for everything to turn back on.
I swear, them floor naps are no joke.
Nope. And then I woke up like, oh, I fell asleep, and then I went and laid in bed. I was like, sorry, Ed, I passed out, and then he responded, but I didn't see it until like 2:00 in the morning when I woke up to go pee. So
right, because like, I was like oh, go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna just say that's like today. Like today, I woke up for a little bit, and you guys had a big conversation going on, and I was part of it, and then I went back to bed. And then I woke up to another big chunk of conversation.
Well, I think one morning you guys stayed up. This was probably like a month or two ago at this point, but I went to bed early one night, and like I was trying to keep up with the conversation. And then I just fell asleep, and I woke up at like 4:00 in the morning, and I had like 30 missed messages from both of you. I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, we're all adults. It's like it's when you're younger and like someone doesn't respond right away, you like get all like, oh, why aren't they responding? But it's like we're all adults. If someone doesn't respond for like 2 hours, it's not a big deal. Yeah. I figure you're probably doing something busy or whatever. I'm usually busy anyways too, so.
Yeah. But I feel like this past week, like I know I was less busy, but I was more busy than like I have been, and it's just like, and like getting up at 6:30 in the morning, I want to go to bed at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Like, I want to go to bed. Like I know I have stuff to do, but I want to go to bed. So
yeah, well, and you starting a new job, you always want to be at your best when you get there. Yeah. It's not like your old job where you could do it in your sleep and like. And probably have.
Right. That's why Corey gives me the head up. He was like, I'm coming home and I'm taking the afternoon nap, and I'll be like, you do that, good sir.
Yeah, but then I ended up not really taking a nap. I think I slept for like 15 minutes, and then like because like I was trying to get stuff uploaded and edited beforehand, so it would process while I was taking a nap. And then my computer was like being dumb and said, oh, I don't want to process this video right now. And I'm like, just do it. I don't want to take a nap. And then I laid down, and like almost as soon as I fell asleep, my wife came in and woke me up and said, dinner's ready. I'm like, oh, no. Hello. Sleep. But anyways, we played Metro for Pod Play. We recorded like half the episode, so I don't know, probably Tuesday or Wednesday we're gonna have to finish that up. Because my wife's gonna be gone Tuesday and Wednesday, so we can get a lot done.
Yeah, because we was having a really good conversation, and then technical. Well, it's good that we kind of stopped before it crashed. There's a lot of stuff recorded that we talked about, so I mean, it's good that we did that.
Yeah.
So
and then Halo and Rainbow Six, and I played a lot of N++ also. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the intro set of levels.
Wow.
Man, this energy drink is really burpee.
The monster.
Yeah. And I'm almost done with the intro levels, but like I said, like it doesn't take that long to play through the levels. It's just I'm trying to do all the levels 100% the first time I go through. So it's like, oh, man, it's so hard. And I'm at this part where like right behind the door are like the gold coins that you collect, but behind every gold coin is a bomb. And once you walk through it, it activates the bombs, and you can't touch them or you'll die, and you have to start the level over. And so I'm really trying to figure out how to like. You have to like jump over the door and land next to the gold coins. Run underneath the first set of bombs to get the gold coins, and then jump over that first set of bombs while you activate the second set of bombs, and then land in the doorway. And it's like, it's so hard. I've tried. I just can't do it yet. So I'm gonna have to like YouTube it or something. But
you'll get it.
Yeah. And then we played Halo and Rainbow Six last night. And today I was gonna record some retro stuff, but my wife and I got in this really like heavy cleaning mode, and like I cleaned up the game room finally. As you can see, it actually looks like a functional room instead of like a mess pit. But yeah.
So, I will say I'm glad that you posted or you showed us those 3 Mario games.
Yeah.
I really got to write a blog for them. Like all 3 of those games does like mean something special to me. Does so much for me as a Nintendo fan in my life. Mm-hmm. So maybe you guys will be able to check it out.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna record some Super Mario 64. I want to really replay that. Honestly, I might just replay it just for fun. Maybe that'll be the first retro show we do. But I have a nice little basket for all my controllers. So
yay!
That's fun. I got my GameCube adapter, and what I need to do. Oh, the other thing I found too was I found my composite cable converter box, so I can now record GameCube games.
Oh, yay!
So, and so I'm gonna hook up the backwards compatible Wii my cousin gave me, and maybe start recording some GameCube games. So I'm really excited.
Yes,
I love GameCube, dude. I love the GameCube. I love the GameCube.
I miss it so much, and me and Jesse was talking about Skies of Arcadia because you was thinking about it on Dreamcast.
Yeah,
and I remember getting that game for GameCube, and I think my cousin have it. I don't know what happened to it, but I got far a little bit into the game, but I got into the ship battles and just could never pass that part. So hopefully you find a copy on Dreamcast. It would definitely be so cool for Sega to bring that to Switch for Virtual Console. Yeah. Like if they decide to bring Dreamcast.
Yeah, you need to find a copy of Skies of Arcadia. Like it's. I mean, I didn't play it on Dreamcast, but I played it on GameCube, and it's just it's so cool. That whole concept of like Sky Pirates and just this RPG surrounding this cool kind of like, it's something that hadn't really been done before, and it really hasn't been done since. Like this whole Sky Pirate thing, and man, it is so good. I hope they do like a remastered version of it at some point. Of Skies of Arcadia Legends. I don't even care if it's remade. I just would like it HD, maybe in widescreen, keep the art style, and maybe do Skies of Arcadia 2 at some point. Like, that'd be so good.
Clean up the polygons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and just the fact that it's this much later and still no one's really done that. That's like a perfect. That's perfect for them to bring it out because it would be so different. Still to this day, no one's really done anything like it. So, like, it seems like at this point we're not going to get it unless they bring it to us. So.
Well, it is very weird that Sega continues to bring out the Genesis games, but they won't bring out the Dreamcast. And I think it's because of the failure of the Dreamcast, like releasing it just dropping it and giving it that price, and people not being able to, really experience the Dreamcast. A lot of people now are trying to show love to the system. So hopefully Sega realizes that this is a lot of fan love for this game, for the system. And a lot of people want their games. They really want to play games.
Yeah, what I think it is it went through the same thing basically that Xbox is going through right now, but they just, unlike Xbox, weren't able to just stick it out until things get better. Because I do think it would have caught on if they had hung in there a little bit, but they just couldn't do it. I mean, it just wasn't an option I don't think that they had financially. But I mean, like, so many people talk about Dreamcast being one of their favorite, systems.
Yeah, I think like everybody saw the when the PS2 was announced, that killed the Dreamcast before the Dreamcast was even out. So many people were like, "Oh man, look at the PS2! It has so many like cool things in it. It's got a DVD player in it. It's got awesome graphics and stuff." And the Dreamcast was like this middle ground between the N64 and the PS2. And I think if Sega would have just like maybe taken a year and put a DVD player in it, maybe put a little bit more money into developing the system. And like, I know these things are pre-planned like 3 and 4 years before the system even comes out, but like just reworked it a little bit and really tried to compete with the PS2 instead of the N64, I think the Dreamcast maybe would have survived.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast was kind of designed to be an arcade machine where they could, that version of that they bring it to the arcade, they could just easily port it to Dreamcast. But yeah, the PlayStation 2, and I kind of gotta say, even though the PlayStation 2 had this DVD functionality, which sold a lot of people, they didn't really have a lot of good games at the beginning. Like, I think PlayStation 2 didn't really come into to like its sales, like it's maybe to like a year and a half or even 2 years, getting close to like the PlayStation Slim, or the PS2 Slim. Because GameCube was like kind of killing it. Xbox was killing it, and when Sega made that announcement that they was putting their games on Nintendo consoles, that they was being like a third party, which that just shook the world. It just seemed that Sega was too quick to rush to the front of the line.
Yeah, like if they would have had a DVD player in it, it basically would have been what like the 360 ended up eventually being, like, be ahead of its time. Because think about it, they would have had a DVD player, some really good games, and an internet browser, which was the first person to do that. And it's kind of funny.
Because they was with Microsoft. They had Microsoft technology in the Dreamcast.
Yeah, I was gonna just mention that I didn't really think about it at the time until just recently, looking at it now, that it's actually got the Microsoft logo on it, and it says what does it say? It says something
like
about
CE or something.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can't deny Soul Calibur was a big hit on Dreamcast. You can't deny, like, they had a Sega Genesis kind of 6-pack with Streets of Rage 2, Golden Axe, and stuff like that. Sonic Adventure, well, regardless if you like it or not, it was a bomb. Shoot, me and Jesse was talking about Power Stone. I don't know why Power Stone 2 was $95. That was insane. I'm like, no, Power Stone 1 I can understand. Not Power Stone 2. Oh no.
Usually anytime like some of those games that were very popular, like look at Donkey Kong Country, even like Corey was playing it and he's saying how he didn't know how people like this still, and you can pay like $100 for that game to buy it regardless of how good it is or not.
It's sometimes some games during this time that is released, it does something for the industry, for what gaming history is. And then when you go back to it when you get older and you've been playing more advanced system stuff, when you go back to it, you'd be like, what was I thinking and stuff? Like, we might question Donkey Kong Country for whatever it is, but if we always play in Turtles in Time, it's old school and it's still good. It just has something about it that's classic, that still stand the test of time.
Yeah, I mean, Dreamcast, man, and plus like the security stuff too on Dreamcast was like, not existent. I mean, it played burned games and stuff, so it's just like,
yeah.
So
but you
I'm
have to buy.
Thinking about getting it. I'm thinking about getting Slaughterhouse Trilogy for it, or Splatterhouse.
Well, the Dreamcast used a different disc that I don't know where you could buy that, because a lot of people, I'm like, you kind of have to import that from Japan, because none of the CDs that was being sold in America was the CD that they was the disc format that Sega was using for Dreamcast.
Yeah, you can just like, you can burn the game on just a regular audio, like a burned CD audio CD, because it plays music. But
you had to do. I thought it was a different format though.
Nope, it plays audio CDs. You can play music in it.
Well, you can play music on it, but for the data that it wrote, it sounded like Sega was using a different CD. Like the actual CD. They wasn't using CDW or CDR. They weren't using that. They was using something else for it to put their games.
I think it just matters what format the file that you save onto the CD is in. It doesn't matter like what kind of CD it's on. It matters the format. So,
yeah.
Because I think as long as you write it as the format that the Dreamcast reads, it doesn't matter what type of CD it's on. Just like like you've got like all the different ROMs and stuff like that for emulators. They have to be in a certain file format.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like Sega Saturn, all you needed was what's the memory card? 4 RAM something. It was some kind of memory card.
that big black square that went in the back of the system.
Yeah, you could you put that mug in. You put a Japanese, or you put an American CD, or you do something, and then you put Japanese CD. And here you are playing Darkstalkers for Japan, and it would do that thing loaded so quick on Sega Saturn, and they just comparison video of how Darkstalkers played on PlayStation 1 versus how it played on Saturn, and it was just so amazing. I'm like, wow.
Oh man. Well, that's kind of what we've been playing, and I'm man, you getting that Dreamcast, Jesse, really made me want to like not only pull my Dreamcast out and record some stuff on it, but also like start maybe looking into some Dreamcast and GameCube games again. So
yeah, there's so many good games. What I really want to get is like the Time Crisis games and stuff. I miss that. I used to have them for PlayStation.
I have Virtual Cop for Dreamcast.
Oh nice. No,
it's bad, especially when you don't.
It probably doesn't hold up. No,
when you don't have the gun and you have to use the joystick. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Because I had to do that for there was a beat 'em up game, not the Die Hard one, but there was like a zombie beat 'em up game that was from the House of the Dead family. I played on Dreamcast.
I thought you were going to talk about Dynamite Cop for a minute.
Oh my goodness, that game is terrible.
No, dude, it was awesome. I watched the whole Game Informer Super replay of Dynamite Cop. It was great.
It's not that long because you could beat it. We have Nickel City
where you through all 4 campaigns in 3 episodes.
Damn, that's like what, like 45 minutes altogether?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, if you do all the quick time events just right, you could like really beat that game with ease.
Yeah, you know what? I like when Jesse's on because then we don't have to plan a show. We just talk about stuff.
Much.
I know that's like when me and Ed talk on Skype sometimes or whatever. We'll just talk about movies for like 3 hours.
I went to edit that one episode of Arsenal X, and like the first half hour of the whole show, you guys are talking about anime. I'm like, is this the right show?
Anime X.
Oh man.
Well, we can't say Anime X because there's an anime called X.
Yeah.
Wow. By the way, Arsenal X will be back this week. I know we've taken some weeks off and done the movie commentary, and it's coming back. And I got an email the other day. It said, "Are you guys still doing the show?" So it's like the first email we've gotten in like probably 2 months. It says, "Are you guys still recording?" Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just from now on, maybe just throw something up, letting people know that way. If we didn't do a show or something, then maybe that way people at least will be okay. They'll know ahead of time and not be waiting.
That's kind of my responsibility. So I dropped the ball. I'll get on to it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. People just go watch the Oscars. They can watch our Ninja Turtle commentary. They can watch our
that's so good.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was just going to respond to Jesse's, like, when we speak for like talk about 3 hours about stuff, and when we end, I'd be like, dang it, we should have recorded this.
Yeah, we do so many podcasts that aren't recorded.
I know. We should just start recording everything we say. Just throw it up somewhere.
Yeah.
But
be like a B-side type thing or whatever.
We already have a show called B-Sides. Just
No, I know, but I'm saying the B-side type thing.
Yeah.
C talk, community talk.
Yeah.
Man, but
above and beyond.
yeah. Well, since we talked 45 minutes about Dreamcast and GameCube and everything else, we are officially in the second year of the Switch's lifespan, as of this recording and as of this posting. Saturday, the 3rd, was the Switch's first birthday. And I kind of want to talk about... First, I want to talk about the year in review, the first year of Switch, and how we feel about, how well it did and the games and stuff. And then kind of what we want to... I mean, we know a lot of what we're going to see moving forward, but I also want to talk about, like, what kind of we want to see moving forward in terms of maybe not just games, but like what the Switch can possibly do,
Mm-hmm.
So, let's start with that. Jesse had to go pee or throw up or something. I don't know.
Well, I guess
he's back. He's back.
Oh, wait till he gets on.
Hey Ed, stop talking about Jesse. Gosh, that's so weird.
What? I just talking about his awesome T-shirt. That's all. Which is funny that we both in green and Corey's in white.
I know. It's like a Shamrock Oreo cookie.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Except, Ed, you're the wrong color. You need to be in the middle.
The Shamrock shake.
We're all messed up. Never mind. So we're going to talk about the year in review for the Switch and kind of what we want to see moving forward after that. So, Jesse, we're going to start with you. How did you feel about the Switch's first year?
Man, it's amazing. Like, I mean, there's just been so many things that I right off the bat. I mean, it started out with, what ended up being the game of the year. I mean, for a new system, I don't think you can ask for much more than that, to have like literally so many games be in talks for game of the year already in your first year. And Like, I mean, they've been killing it in the eShop. They've got so many amazing, like, even just smaller titles and stuff that have been really good that are cheap. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've practically offered more than Xbox and PlayStation have, together in their first year. I mean, they've just been killing it, and you can't deny it, really. So, yeah. I mean, I think they've probably had the best first year that any new system has probably ever had. Yeah. I mean, like, even like the Nintendo and stuff, the originals, I'm sure did pretty good, but I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'd be willing to bet that this is probably the best, like, one of their systems has done in a long time. Yeah, well, I mean, in its first year,
outsold the Wii, so in the first year, so I mean, yeah. I think, like, the system had so many. Not only did it have so many, like, hits the first year, like, we got a full-scale Zelda and a full-scale Mario game in the first year. We got surprises like Snipper Clips and Mario plus Rabbids. We've got third-party support in Doom and Skyrim and L.A. Noire and Wolfenstein. Well, Wolfenstein's not out yet, but we've got significant third-party support. We've got Nindies. Just, I don't know who backed that truck up, but somebody's struggling and needs some help to just keep them all managed. And, like, there's so many. I mean, this week alone we had 17 Nindies come out. It's like 17 games this week. Come on, man. It's insane. And we got great games like Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips is one of the best co-op games I think I've ever played. It's so much fun.
Still need to get it.
So good.
I want to get it, though, because I know that's something me and my wife would have fun playing together.
Yeah. So Snipper Clips is one of those games that it's just like you need to experience it. It's so good, man. Snipper Clips is very, very, very good. I can't believe how Nintendo just kind of turned everything around. I mean, we all talk about the Wii U as something that we like, and we love the library of the Wii U, and it's a shame that not a lot of people bought it, and now it's to the point where people are now starting to look for Wii U's, and they're not out there, and Amazon and eBay are selling new Wii U Pro controllers for like $130 a piece, and like the used ones are over $50. So it's insane how they kind of turn their public perception around in terms of mainstream people. And like the Switch has outsold the Wii U lifespan sales in the first year. They are on pace to outsell the Wii. They are on pace to maybe match the PS2. It's a phenomenon, and it's crazy how one hit game and how word of mouth on how easy the system is to use and how fun it is, and just the ability to put it on your TV and take it with you it's insane.
Yeah. Well, and I think, like, as much as people have picked on the Wii U and, like, its numbers not doing well, for me, like, as being like one of the people who didn't end up getting it, I enjoyed playing it. It was a lot of fun to play when I went over to my friend's house and play it. But I think unfortunately, it was just stuck, that system that was kind of stuck in between what the Switch was able to offer and, what the Wii, the original Wii kind of was trying to get going. Mm-hmm. And it was that progressive step up from the Wii that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but it just quite wasn't what people were looking for. And the Switch is, I think, kind of what people were looking for. When you have the tablet for the Wii U, it's like, well, that would be cool to have something where you can play the game on the go like that. And for them to make that next step to the Switch and kind of completely put the whole system inside that tablet is, that's what pushed it over the edge.
I mean, well, you got to think about it, of course, with Nintendo that, they're trying to offer you technology that doesn't cost a lot, but they can still make a profit on and be very innovative about it. And with Wii U, yeah, like, don't forget, probably at that time, tablets and were probably a little bit more expensive. And so the chips and stuff that Nintendo used for the Switch, Nintendo have never did any kind of business with NVIDIA. We're trying to make it, made Nintendo kind of stand out, because no matter what you say about the Wii U and stuff, you was always there for that Nintendo Direct. Everybody who didn't want anything to do with Nintendo and thought it was a kid's toy was watching that Nintendo Direct to see what was coming to the Wii U. Like I mentioned before, third party, as said, yeah, you sold 1 million, but you still are not happy with the sales, and you're on 2 other platforms. Where Nintendo was just like, we sold 1 million of Smash, we sold 1 million of Mario Kart, we did 750,000 copies of Bayonetta 2 and stuff, and people were enjoying the fun that Nintendo was providing. I think with third party for Wii U, a lot of people say that, well, that hurt Nintendo. Well, first of all, third party was closing a lot of studios that was opening. They ported stuff and didn't really provide anything new. They took out features for it, and Nintendo had an online system. The Wii U had an online system. It's just that the other third parties didn't take no use to it. So that part was mostly on third party. Now we come to Switch. People are laughing at it. People are thinking that they're not going to get it. People are just like, well, this, the games don't look impressive or anything like that. A lot of naysayers now own the Switch. If you own the most powerful systems and you don't want to do nothing with Nintendo, why do you have a Switch? Okay, now that it's in your hand, you're surprising that the messaging that Nintendo has provided works. You're taking pictures. You seeing pictures that people are on the go with their Switch. They're on the bus. They're at somebody's house with their Switch. They're enjoying the gaming. And so for that first year, Nintendo, as limited stocks that they had lines going around the block selling out. People laughed at ARMS, played the demo for ARMS. It made some good sales for it, for a new IP. People was learning different characters, getting free content. Splatoon 2, Mario Kart DX, Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, people were so into all these games. People was questioning why Mario was teaming up with Rabbids, seeing the E3 presentation and seeing how Miyamoto gave props to the director, and then people played it and was just like, oh, this is super fun. When the designer of XCOM is excited to play this game and get his hands on it and loves it, that tells you something about what's going to be on the Switch that they're going to offer. So now that, it's back to being cartridges, it's back to now that you can take it on the go and use the controllers in different modes, you are able to sell the system to people just with the controller alone and what its functionality does. Yeah. And people come in and look to see, do you guys got Switches? Like, people are talking about that. Mm-hmm. So to see stuff in the first year with great first party titles, third party titles, definitely from Japan. Now Eastern third parties and some American Western third parties are taking a look at the system and be like, you know what, we might want to put our game on here because if Doom is selling well and NBA 2K18 is selling well and FIFA is selling well, where people are talking more about this game. Like, when your game is being talked about a lot on social media, your system is doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what Switch was its first year. People lining up. Breath of the Wild was attached rate to almost every system. Super Mario Odyssey is at 9 million copies sold. Yeah, 1-2 Switch even sold a lot. Like during the holiday season, Nintendo, every time they put their first party and some of the third party they put out, those was always gone from the case.
Yeah.
Well, can we get back to recording?
You can go.
Can I talk? Okay. We got crossplay with Minecraft and with Rocket League, and now people want more games to crossplay. Me and Corey did an episode where we talked about Nintendo Switch's online functionality and how Microsoft can incorporate their online functions with Nintendo so that both parties get benefited. Like, Switch is doing a lot, and just within this first year, people are still talking about Breath of the Wild. After the game came out, people are still playing Mario Odyssey. People are still playing some of the indies. Shovel Knight, Graceful Explosion Machine, Thumper. They're still playing that and talking about it.
We're still getting great indies. Like, you look at the last 3 months alone: SteamWorld Dig 2, Blossom Tale,
yes.
Lumo, Super Meat Boy, Celeste,
Golf Story.
Like, just like that right there alone is enough to keep people busy for forever.
Right, and more like the Nindies, like the announcements almost every week. Like there was maybe 7 games announced per week. And so there's just a right option. And we haven't even touched on yet that the region free that Switch is, and people were talking about how easy it's able to set up another account so you can have Japanese games on your system. Like, no one's talking about importing on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. When it comes to importing, if it's easier to do on Switch, people are going to Play Asia or going to Amazon and buying those eShop points and buying those games. Hey, people was making a second account to play Kamiko before it even came to America. Like 2 weeks after it, and people were loving that game. Like, Switch has become, just within this first year, more than just the...
To play off your point, and sorry to interrupt, but
no, go ahead.
We're seeing that Nindies, the indies on Switch, are selling more on Nintendo than they are every other platform combined.
Yeah.
Which is why we're seeing just a floodgate of indies coming in. So.
Yeah, that's pure profit for those companies, and when Western third party is seeing this, they're just like, well, and I got to give it to Bethesda for taking that charge. Yeah, Ubisoft did their part too, and 2K really did their part too. But when Doom is having a hashtag of let's get this 1 million sold, and
I think they reached it, didn't they? I think Doom reached 1 million on
probably,
Switch.
Check out me and Corey's reaction about the Nintendo Direct about Wolfenstein 2. Like, out the blue, Wolfenstein 2 is coming to Switch next year. The game the game was just out only for PS4, Xbox One at that time when it came out. Like, it was in October, and it had just came out. But they're making this announcement just out of the blue. Rockstar seeing how great LA Noire sold. And people are enjoying that. Axiom Verge is getting a lot of love on Switch. Like, people are finding that multiverse and buying it more on Switch than anything else.
Yeah.
The community and part of the industry saying how much they love the Switch. The community is begging third parties to put a lot of their games on it because they want to play it on the go. Elder Scrolls, Skyrim sold well on Switch.
Well, and I think part of it too is obviously a game developer is gonna almost always want to probably get their game out on everything that they possibly can. But unfortunately, it comes down to the publisher whether that happens or not. And for those guys on like Bethesda and these other companies, for them to be getting a Switch and bringing it to work and saying, "Hey, this is kind of a big deal. We're going to be bringing our Switches to work to show the company, the publishers that we maybe work with. This is a big deal, and it's a big force that you can't just ignore." And luckily for Nintendo, they were able to create that force again in the gaming world, and I think that's why we're going to see more third-party games and people actually trying to make games for the Switch, because in the past, with the Wii U, whether it was good or not, that's doesn't really matter, but it all comes down to sales, and if they're not selling a lot of systems, unfortunately, they're not going to have enough power to push these companies to want to, make games for them.
Well,
make it worth their while, anyways.
Well, the thing about it is that third party wasn't announcing the games for Wii U so that people could buy it. There's no purpose of getting a system if that particular game is not going to come to the system, because during that time, as always, there's an expectancy that they would sell better on this. If you could get your money 3 times over 2 times, put it on all 3 platforms, because look at how Call of Duty Black Ops 2 did on Wii U. People preferred that version over the other 2. Yeah. They enjoyed that Wii U's online version than the other 2. But the guys at Penny Arcade was talking about that.
But I think that's a big enough name, though, that has such a big, massive following that they knew that they could at least make their money back.
Yeah.
Whereas I think some of these companies especially just look at a lot of the amazing games that came out for Xbox, like Sunset Overdrive. It's an amazing game, but it didn't sell well. And unfortunately, certain games, these companies just don't know that they can, be certain that if they put that game on a system that hasn't sold a lot, whether that's going to be enough to, they're not certain that it's going to be enough to push people to buy that system to sell more copies on it. And so unfortunately, they just kind of got to be cautious,
I think that is true. A lot, and this part now, a lot of it falls on the gamer, because they know it's from a great publisher, a developer. They know that it's on a system that you was probably upset about their past announcements. But if people are enjoying it, if you're willing to give a game a chance, and I think a lot of gamers don't want to give a game a chance. They're comfortable with what they like to play. With Switch, that idea is broken, because you could laugh at something, but if it can make a company make a return on their investment, the community is going to be talking more about that game, and you will be the person left out. So now you have a choice of picking up that game for a Switch, or just missing out on the conversation, and that, I think that's what Nintendo did so well with this first year with the Switch, that they just gave everybody a lot of choices. They weren't focus on mainstream AAA titles, because those was going to be there or not. But if you're highlighting AAA games, not AAA, indie games, and treat them as AAA games, middleware games from coming, a Nintendo game being made or like Doom being made for, was it Point Blank? Corey, with Doom.
Panic Button.
Panic Button. Sorry about that. Panic Button. Sorry, everybody. I got the developer wrong. Panic Button working on a port, and it's good. Like, people are looking forward to that stuff and talking about it. If you don't like Doom and you want easy platforms, if you go onto Switch and look at the eShop, there's a whole bunch of platformers that's good that you will love. People are still recommending Shovel Knight to be playing on the Switch on the go.
And we got, we have new IP like ARMS. Look at ARMS. Look how great ARMS came out. Like, I mean, I know it's pretty divisive between people. Like, you either love it or you hate it. But like, I love ARMS. I think ARMS. I played more ARMS than I did Splatoon, and Splatoon is like the hottest multiplayer game on Switch right now. And it's like, I love ARMS. I think ARMS is fantastic, and especially after that update where they allowed you to customize your controls, change the game. Seriously, just change the game for me. And I probably played close to 10 hours of ARMS, like just trying to unlock stuff for one character, and I just want to play ARMS now.
Dude, when you bought FIFA 18, you put it on the big screen. That looked amazing.
I know.
And people was actually more for FIFA 18 for Switch. And when
you saw what happened.
First was sold out.
You saw what happened when they did the price drop for FIFA on Switch in Europe. When we talked about it, like 2 months ago at this point. Mm-hmm. Like the sales increased on FIFA for Switch like 500%.
Yeah, and it's weird because I don't think we got a lot of reports about FIFA 18. And that's a big game in Europe. Mm-hmm. So, and EA really was pushing that game.
Yeah, I think what happened though was like, I think a lot of European gamers understood like, you're not getting the full FIFA game here on Switch, right? You're not getting the full experience. You're getting a couple game modes. Sorry, I had to slide my microphone over. You're getting a couple game modes. You're getting the pretty base game of like Dynasty mode and mm-hmm. some other features, but it's missing a few game modes, and I think people didn't want to pay full price for a game that wasn't fully featured. And once they dropped that price, people were like, okay, that's reasonable. I like FIFA enough to take it on the go with me. I can play Ultimate Team if I want, but, this can be where, like, I can play FIFA on the train with other people while I'm traveling to work or whatever, and then they get home and play online on their PS4 or Xbox One, but this is the version they can take with them, and they didn't want to pay full price for it, which is totally understandable, right?
Yeah.
If you don't want to pay full price for a game that's not fully featured. And then look at it, like $20-$30. I think it dropped like $25 equivalent over there.
I think it went like the $40.
Yeah, and it's sold like gangbusters afterwards.
Right. EA didn't report that it did 550,000 copies around the world. Like, that's good.
Yeah, I mean that's good for a new system, especially when that game came out, it wasn't. It hadn't been out. Like, the Switch hadn't sold nearly as many as it probably sold like a quarter of the amount that it has sold mm-hmm. through now, and not everybody loves soccer, I mean, especially here in America, like soccer is kind of a niche thing here in the United States.
FIFA sells like in March. That's when FIFA really sells. It sells okay for Christmas, yeah. But in March time, everybody be asking for the game.
But you also see like when FIFA 19 comes out, you're going to see an increased sales in FIFA 18. You always see that on NPD where like, when the new version comes out, there's like the last year's version always hits the NPD at the same time because it's like $20, So,
right.
I think.
Oh, sorry, Jesse.
I was just gonna say. I think the main thing that kind of makes all this stuff happen is just the fact that, like, we kind of live in an era where there are a lot of people out there who do like to play games on their phone and stuff like that. And, like, you can get, like, FIFA and Madden and those kind of things on your phone. But to be able to have that, like, almost full game experience on the Switch on a bigger screen and, nice controls and and everything. It just makes it, to the point of where, like, if that's what you're used to is playing games on phone, forget about that. There's a Switch, you can do it in a much better looking way. So
yeah, and like, look, I'm not saying the Switch is for everybody, but it literally does have something for everybody. It has the $2 and $3 games, the ones that range between like $5 and $10. It's got the $10 to $20 Nindies. It's got the $40 range. It's got games on sale all the time, and it's got enough big AAA titles to appease people like us. It's literally got everything.
Right.
You look at a title like Voez that's literally a touchscreen only game, and that's for people who want to play games on their iPad or on their phone. It's a rhythm game, so let's just tap around.
Yeah.
Right.
And being a parent, it's like I can let my kid use it and not be afraid of it getting broken because it's very nice, durably made, which is another good thing, that doesn't always happen. A lot of the times, people will cheap out when they're making something, but Nintendo did a really good job in making a nice, solid, reliable, handheld system, which is really great too for the price.
And we had some average games. We had maybe one or two bad games, but we had a lot of great titles, like 8s and 9s that are indie games that we've never heard of that just came out.
Like Snake Pass, for example. Nobody.
Yeah.
Who was looking at Snake Pass to be honestly, who really wanted to play Snake Pass? And then when they made the rounds and announced it was coming to Switch, it was one of the first. I think that really helped them out by being out of the gate on Switch. Right, relatively close to launch. And that game ended up being one of my favorite launch month games. It was fun.
Yeah, Ukulele had its problems on other systems, but people were just like, this is the definitive version to play on Switch.
I still need to pick up Ukulele. I really want to play it. But
and I think honestly that's where Switch has kind of got the upper hand when it comes to these third-party games being brought to them later, as they can work on them a little bit longer and hopefully get things patched out before it comes to their system. So I think in the long run it kind of is a benefit for people who want to get those third-party games, and don't have them right away, because they know it looks better. So
yeah. But I think the Switch had a very, very good first year. It's one of the best systems I think Nintendo's ever made. But we've been going for an hour and a half, so I think we're gonna wrap up this episode. But before we get out of here, in one sentence or less, what's one thing you want to see with Switch moving forward? Ed, we'll start with you.
More arcade games, compilations, as I say.
More arcade compilations. Jesse, what about you?
I'd like to see some more horror style games.
Well, Outlast 2 comes out in 3 weeks, so.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking about getting that.
So. Yeah. For me, I want to see some I want to see some remastered GameCube games. I don't even care if they come Virtual Console. I just want to see them on Switch. So, but with that said, this has been a interesting episode of Nintendo Pow Block. You can find Nintendo Pow Block every Tuesday and Friday on youtube.com/ngrradio or your podcast service of choice. Remember to check out Expansion Pack and Pod and Play. Squad Goals also. Let's see what else. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @ThatVirtualCode, and you can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps.
Yeah. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @sub_humanist.
You can find me at CorianHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on NGR Radio and a plethora of other podcasts on Nerds Gone Rogue. Like, subscribe, and share to our YouTube page, youtube.com/NGR Radio. We got a lot of cool content coming up for you. And yeah, Jesse, I'm glad you got to join us this time around. And
Yay!
Me too.
It's been a good time. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next week, we love you. Or next time. I forgot. It's Tuesday. Yeah, till Friday, we love you.
Happy
Bye,
birthday,
everybody.
Switch!
Woohoo!